Ms. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time we have the Marvel Legends from the Doctor Strange wave, the Dormammu Build-A-Figure. So this is a Build-A-Figure I was pretty looking forward to. I was excited for it. This was originally released in a Doctor Strange Comic-Con exclusive box set. I believe it was last year's box set, and I did actually want this. I tried to get it on eBay several times, but was not able to get it for a price that I thought was worth it. And I was actually pleasantly surprised seeing that it was the Build-A-Figure of this wave. So I don't have the original one, and therefore I'm not going to really talk about the paint differences in it, although it is a different paint, different shade of purple. His accessories are a different color, things like that. But the base figure is exactly the same. So I'm not going to be comparing it. This isn't a comparison review, but this is just a review of the figure for itself, seeing it from somebody who hasn't had the original one, so they can just judge it based on the figure. So let's get started. First of all, Dormammu is a character that recently I have become really excited about. I've always liked the look of him, but I just haven't known much about him. And I've been doing some research with the Doctor Strange movie coming up, just to kind of get to know this character, especially since he's basically Doctor Strange's arch nemesis. And I love the design of him. So, first of all, this head sculpt. It's really nice. Just the design of the head, I like a lot from the comics, and I think that this figure really represents it perfectly. You've got the great face that's painted on there, and he's almost like a pumpkin type of design. And I like that he doesn't have like sharp teeth or anything. It makes it just more creepy. But then the eyes look really cool. It looks like he's got a big old smile. Love the way the fire is like wrapping over the black kind of like mask there. I think that looks really cool. And then the way that the flames flow to one side, I think looks excellent as well. His top collar piece, this is just a separate piece. It'll come with Iron Fist just separately, and it looks really nice. I like the design of it. There is a lot of texture in there. The texture is somewhat ununified, in the chest there. It's like there's lines, several lines going like this, but from the top there you just have all of these little kind of pieces of design. I don't know how, I assume that that was all intentional. I think it looks really cool. It gives it an organic type of feel, which I do like quite a bit. And I'm wondering, I don't know how much this color is coming across on camera. Like looking at my camera right now, it looks like it's making it more dark than it is. It's a pretty bright purple, but it's kind of like a metallic purple. And purple's my favorite color also, so I'm loving this the paint apps on this guy. Looks fantastic. And then he does have like a stripe of red that goes down his chest and goes down this one little piece of cloth area. Which does look really nice, and it's metallic. Then on the inner side of this little cape section, it is red as well, but it's not metallic. And then you do have all these red dots that swing around the entire belt, which look very nice. On the back of this little skirt piece, there's excellent detail, as you can see. All sorts of detail throughout there, and then on the edges, there's alien or ancient writing, which is super cool. I love that. I love that design. That was something I was not expecting, so when I got it in hand, I was quite impressed with it. And as you can see, the feet look quite good. I like the design of this character, and I think that this figure really represents the design very nicely. His articulation is quite good. He's got a ball jointed head, and I believe it's also on a hinge. It doesn't do much though. You can look down about that much, you can look up about that much, and then side to side you can obviously tilt his head a bit as well. So articulation it's fine. I would have liked some more though, especially since his crunch is so good. You could have got him in some really nice poses, being able to crunch forward and look up, but he just doesn't look up that far. So it is disappointing. He has ball hinge shoulders with the biceps swivel, single hinge elbows, so they move just a little less than 90 degrees, which is disappointing. Then he has hinge swivel wrists. The hinge works really nicely on that wrist. The articulation at the torso is really nice. He can crunch forward very far, and he can crunch back extremely far. Really happy with that crunch. He's got a waist swivel. Ball jointed hips, slightly hindered by his costume though, but he can kick up about that far. It can go out less. That's about as far out as you can get, unfortunately. You've got a swivel at the thigh, double hinge knees, and a swivel at the upper leg there, at the calf. Then when you have a hinge, pivoting ankle, the hinge goes down very far. It can go up, not too much, it basically just levels out, and then of course it does pivot. The pivot is nice. It doesn't do super extreme though, due to this piece of the boot. However, if you really don't need it to do much, because the only way that you would need a stronger pivot is if the thigh articulation was better, and since it's not, you don't really need the extra range on that pivot. So his articulation is quite good. It is hindered by the skirt area. However, where it's not hindered, it does work very nicely. He does come with two accessories. They're two skulls, as you can see, and they're both on fire. I'm not a big fan. I like the design. The sculpt on these is really nice. I'm not a fan of the coloring. I like the coloring from the original one better, which was like blue and pink, or I believe, something like that. And I think that just looked better. It fit better with his color scheme rather than this really bright gold and blue. He can hold it. You can kind of jam it into his hands, or you can just kind of lay it on his fingers. He holds quite nicely, though. They are ball joints. They can fit ball joints, so if you want, you can pop these on any figure just about, and you can have it as like his personal like minions or something, which does look kind of neat. So this figure, I have to say, I like it quite a bit. Let's give you a little size comparison, actually, before I sign off here. Bring in Doctor Strange. So as you can see, I do like the size. He's pretty tall. He's very tall, as you can see, because Doctor Strange is a normal size figure. Like, I'm not showing him with like Nico or something who's very small, but with Doctor Strange, normal size figure, and he pretty much dwarfs him, both in size and bulk. He's not super bulky, but he is definitely bulky enough, and he has a very big head as well, and his costume has some extravagant pieces on it. So I think that you are getting a nice Build-A-Figure size with him. My issue, though, is he's not massive, and you have to buy 8 figures to build him. Build-A-Figures range from needing to buy 6 to 8 figures, and I think that 8 is a little bit too much for what you get here. I think that he's a good 6-person Build-A-Figure. I think that is pretty fair. If you want to push it, you can go maybe 7 figures, but 8 is too much. I think 8 you deserve a bigger character for that. While this guy he's not that big, so I would definitely recommend 6. I would definitely have preferred 6 or 7 figures to build him, but instead you do need to buy 8. I like him quite a bit. I'm a big fan of villains, and an arch nemesis. You know, that's just that's the cream of the crop there with villains. So I'm a big fan of him. I love the character design as well. I definitely really do enjoy this figure. I would say that it's my favorite part of this wave, but obviously it's a little unfair because it's supposed to be better than the wave. But I really enjoyed this one. I would highly recommend it to anybody who's building this wave. If there's only like 1 or 2 characters in this wave that you want, I wouldn't recommend this guy because you have to buy 8 figures to build him. But if you want most of the figures and you're a little iffy on like 1 or 2 of them, I would recommend getting the 1 or 2 just to complete your Dormammu. But yeah, so that's just me. Really hope this guy makes some sort of appearance in the Doctor Strange movie, and or maybe even just a name drop, something, because I would love to see a movie representation of this character. I have to say, I would love that. I know the movie is out in most, or in a lot of countries at the moment, so if you have already seen it, please don't leave spoilers in the comments, and I'll be seeing it next week on Thursday. Very excited. So there you go, that's my video review of the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure from the Doctor Strange Wave Dormammu. Let me know what you guys think of this figure, and thanks so much for watching.